Meanwhile, on the French attempts to input into the conflict in the Middle East, the president has now arrived, the French president in Egypt. Emmanuel Macron will be holding talks with Egypt's President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. I am now able to join our correspondent in Cairo, Edouard Crussin. First of all, Edward, hello. Macron's new coalition against Hamas, this idea that he introduced yesterday when he was in Tel Aviv, which took everyone by surprise. There were 83 countries in that coalition against ISIS. What do you think the Egyptian president is likely to say about this idea? Is he likely to be warmer than some towards the idea?
Yeah, to be honest, I find that doubtful, mostly because of the very different stances that Egypt and France have on this conflict. Like as we heard before, like Egypt does not like Hamas. They're not support Hamas. They don't back it. They're not whatsoever aligned with them. But on the same time, they don't see Hamas as ISIS. They have channels to Hamas. And they don't see, I believe, the defeat of Hamas or the eradication of Hamas as the crucial step to solve this war. As Macron's plan really supposes that we need to defeat Hamas, and that could be a step towards a solution. And I feel Egypt looks different to that. They, for instance, they find that the root causes of this conflict are Israeli occupation of Palestinian land, the lack of progress towards a Palestinian state, the lack of perspective towards a Palestinian state. I don't feel they see Hamas as like the core problem of the fighting right now. Where also Macron and Sisi have very different views on is Macron and other European countries, the US, they stand with Israel and they assert what they say Israel's right to self-defense. What Egypt is saying that Israel exceeded its right to self-defense in its current bombing campaign of Gaza and the siege on Gaza. And they say this bombing and siege amount to collective punishment and a clear violation of international law that exceeds right of self-defense. So the positions of Macron and Sisi here are very far apart. I don't see that gap being bridged very easily in today's meeting. Something I do think they can agree on is the need to send more humanitarian aid into Gaza. Since Saturday, some trickles of aid have been coming in. We have counted 64 trucks so far of aid coming into Gaza, spread since Saturday till today. But UN officials say at least 100 trucks a day are needed. So we need much more trucks than the 60 plus we have seen in the past few days. And we need fuel to go into Gaza, as what UN officials say, as fuel is running out, fuel to operate hospitals, for instance. So that's something Macron and Sisi could find common ground. Egypt wants Western countries and US, European countries to pressure Israel more, to allow more aid in. It remains to be seen how far Macron would be willing to go in that and how much he could do in that regard. But that's something, again,